Okay, this is going to be a tutorial on how to solve this deceptively difficult 3 by 4 by 5 puzzle. So 3 by 4, see, I even got lost. By 5, here we go, 3 by 4, 3 by 4 by 5. Anyway, the difficulty of this isn't the modification where it looks like two Siamese twins plopped together with other pieces glued on. This is a fully functional cube, a fully functional puzzle that turns as such. It turns very well. This was designed by Tom Z over at Shapewise. Excellently made, perfect tension, and I think the only of its kind that I've seen. Aesthetically, it's really what I look for with the cube. It's got the black body to it. It has the right color scheme, and I really do prefer the fully functional versions. Because of the unique cuboid shape, where it follows the laws of shape-shifting, it has an odd side and an odd side, which allows you to do 90-degree turns. In other words, can shape-shift. But unlike the others, the twist is that it doesn't do that on all sides. So if you were just turn it to here, where it's 3 and 4, because it's an odd and an even, you can't do 90-degree turns, and that's what makes it challenging. So the overall strategy that we're going to do when we scramble it, when it's completely shape-shifted, we're not going to worry about that. We're going to solve it as a 3 by 3 by 4. All right. And you're going to ask, well, when it's shape-shifted, we're not going to be able to move these end pieces the way that we can in its normal cube form. So we're going to actually have to roll these cubes together and consider them the same, which is going to be easy if they're the same color. But if they're different colors, we're going to define the cube as whatever is attached to the end. So this is actually going to be considered orange. And the overall strategy is by solving it like a 3 by 3 by 4 is we're going to get it from the shape shifted to the cube form, and then from there it's just going to be a question of plugging and chugging and solving parodies. But the cube form should have everything in place except for potentially these areas here. This and this side won't be in place, but these will, and this entire side. And then it's really just a matter of doing a bunch of parity switching using exactly the same algorithm. So aside from doing it as a 3 by 3 by 4, there's only one other algorithm which you've already seen, so nothing new. Hello, it's me again, and this is going to be a tutorial on how to solve this monster. So what is this? Well, it looks pretty complicated just by looking at this. This is actually a fully scrambled 2 by 3 by 4 fully functional cube. Not the quasi-Siamese modification 2 by 3 by 4, but this is actually a 2 by 3 by 4 made by Tom Z, which is produced by Shapewise, and has an interesting shape-shifting capacity. Because it has two odd sides together, you can perform shape-shifting. So some of the areas don't turn past 90 degrees, or you can't turn it after 90 degrees. Some of them do. So it makes for a very challenging puzzle. So what I'm going to do is show how to solve this thing. The basic strategy is you really solve it much like a 3 by 3 by 4 and not worry about the shape-shifting capacity, with a couple of changes with the algorithms at the end once you get it back to the cube form. But you have to get it set up right or you're going to be stuck. So, how are we going to do it? Well, we're going to start off with the top as the green and yellow. So that's going to be our top. And we're going to solve this like a 3 by 4 by 4 with the top. So the front face is going to consist of one side, which is 3, which is going to be the blue and the white, and the other side, which is going to be the red and the yellow. The problem that we're going to run into is that the red and the yellow face is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sides, but we're going to solve it like a 3 by 3 by 4. or three by 4. So what constitutes as the end of the sides? Is it over here it's obvious, it's going to be orange. But if you have a situation like this, how do you view it? Because this side doesn't turn at the end. So the way to view it is the side that's at the end is going to define the color. So if I had to define what this was, this is going to be orange, red, orange. If you keep it like that, then it becomes much easier to solve. So to start off with, we're going to start off with the green side on the bottom. It's just what I usually do. And really just start off solving your cross. So we're looking for the green and red. Here's a green and red. I know that opposite red is going to be orange, so I'm going to find the green and orange. All right, so that just happens to be here. Obviously, if it were up here, you'd move it into place. So here's green and orange. I'm going to find a corner piece to decide what comes on the opposite side here. So I'm going to look for a green, red, and purple corner piece. Well, here's a green, orange, and purple, and I can see that if I hold the orange face here, the purple's on the left. So on the red side, the purple's going to be on the right. So I'm going to look for the green and purple and put it right over here, and here it is up here. So this is green. Again, if this were yellow and green, I'd still define this as being green. So I'm going to move it down. So I have red, purple or blue. I'm just going to say purple. It looks purple to me. And orange. So now I got to find the white side over here. White and green. And it happens to be right here. Maybe I didn't scramble this as much as I thought, but move it down here. So this is actually our bottom cross. Green, green. Even though this is yellow, this is defined, both of these are defined as green because it's attached to this white over here. It's at the very end. So that's the cross. Next step is to put the cross in at this next layer over here. So I want let's go back to the red. I want to put the red over here, so I'll just find it, see if it's here, not here. So I got to bring it down from the top cube here. There it is over there. Find my red, and we'll just move it into position. Nothing new here. We've done this with the 3x3x4. Bring it back and turn this. Now you may want to get into the habit of checking yourself and rechecking your work because it can get confusing with these different colors and easy to get mixed up. And you don't want to keep pursuing a course that you messed up on. So our cross is still where it's supposed to be. Here's red. Now I need to get a purple one here, or blue one here. So here's a blue. So I'll move this out. Turn it around. Move it back and turn it back. So there's purple. So red, purple. Next we want orange, just so happens to be here. And we want white, not here. Here's a white that we can use. So I'll move that out here and exchange. Move this in, turn, and move it out here. So there's our white. We messed up the red, so I'm going to just get that back. I'll just remember that blue is next, but I'll put this out here. Okay, so there we go, okay. So here's our red. We need to get this red back over here. So I'll move this out, turn, move it back, and turn. See how easy it is to get messed up. Anyway, red, purple, orange, and white. So we have our cross. So we're doing pretty good. Let me just check my work here. We still have that in place. The next thing is we could work on the cross on the upper. It really doesn't matter at this point, but for all intents and purposes, it's kind of worked out that way that we have it. If it wasn't in place, then we can do our middle flipping algorithm that you've seen before. That's that 2R and then U, then 2 RU, then 2 U. So the same thing that we saw with the other tower type cubes. All right, so the next step after this is we want to work on the, we want to work on the top side here. I'm sorry, we want to work on the rest of this over here. So we want to fill in the red side. Now this is all actually red because this is red and these two are red too. We ignore these. Are they in the right position? We need to get the red and blue one. This is red and white. Here's a red and blue one over here. Let's see if we can switch one from up here. So do we see red and blue? Here's a red and white. And here's a red and blue. So if I hold it like this, then I can do my little corner switching algorithm, and this will fit nicely. This will flip over there. So that's our familiar algorithm: 2R, U, 2R, U prime, 2R. So there it is. We have that where it needs to be. And we'll move on. We need the blue and orange. So here's orange and here's blue. And that's right in the right position, so we're going to do the same thing. Move that in, and that's where it needs to be. So really we're working on getting this back into the cube form, but solving it like a 3x3x4. So over here we're looking for the orange and white. See if we can find it up here somewhere. Alright, so this is actually orange because the orange is at the end, right? And the white. So this will flip nicely back into here. So we flip it. And there it is. The last one to do is this one, which is we want red and white. So do we have a red and white on the top layer here that we can use? And the answer is yes, this one here. But it's not the right one because if I flip it, this is going to be coming out at me because, you know, when you flip it, that's just how it's going to do. So do we have another one? Oh, as luck would have it, we've got this one. And that's coming out. So when I flip it, it'll come down. So I'm going to hold it here because I'm just used to doing it from the right perspective. And flip it around. Okay, so that should get this bottom layer in line. All red, luckily there's no parity issues here. Blue, all orange, even though you've got the red in the middle, these are the oranges. And the white, let me check my work, still have my cross, I didn't mess that up. So nothing new right now, nothing new under the sun.